Santa Catalina Mountains, and man, are they positioned just perfectly for this house. Welcome to today's video. In this video, we're going to be touring this beautiful custom home right behind me. This is one of 6 homes at this bespoke limited custom home subdivision, limited to 6 sites, and it is beautiful there. We're going to cover the home behind me, spectacular interior. We're going to talk a little bit about the builder and the architecture team that's been working to put all of this project together. And when you watch this video all the way through to the end, I'm going to share with you why this location is probably, for a lot of buyers, gonna beat any location in Catalina Foothills, Oro Valley, or Dove Mountain. You're not gonna wanna miss that. Let's jump in. Hey, I'm Rich, and if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything that there is to know about lifestyle, real estate, and new builds in Tucson and the greater Tucson areas, then you have landed on the right channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the very first to learn everything that you want to know. All right, so first off, we are going to tour the house behind me, which is awesome. You're definitely not going to miss that because this is very unique. Rob Paulus Architecture team is the team that went to work to design all of the architectural features of this house. They are award-winning, renowned architecture firm here in Southern Arizona, and I personally have walked through a lot of the properties that they have played a role in designing, and they're very modern, as you can see behind me. But specifically in this community, what the emphasis is on indoor-outdoor living and kind of developing a relationship between those two things. So definitely stay tuned because they've done some pretty cool things to incorporate that with these homes. And we're standing on one of the 6 other sites in this subdivision. It's limited to 6, so it's going to be very small. It is gated. It's off Glen Avenue, which isn't a main thoroughfare. You're going to get some traffic, but the cool thing that I'm going to talk about in this video, and I think one of the unique perspectives, is working with luxury buyers, people looking for a home like this. Generally, the 3 areas that they're looking at are Catalina Foothills, Oro Valley, and Dove Mountain. Now, this Old Fort Lowell location is unique because there isn't a whole lot of luxury-focused subdivisions in this area, but it is right on like what I would consider kind of the southern border of the Catalina Foothills area. And so because of that, you get a ton of convenience because of where this is located. You get a lot more walkability. And I'm just gonna kind of show you some of the views of the area. I mean, you've got several things close by. You've got Crossroads Festival Shopping Center. You've got Roadhouse Cinemas. You've got Mini Time Machine Museum. There's tons of restaurants. Vero, Amore, Trident is one of my favorites. Trident 2, Savaya Coffee Market, Indian Twist if you like Indian food. And if you're an outdoors person, you've got the Loop, which is a 100+ mile walking, biking path that Tucson is known for. We have a big emphasis on cycling here in Tucson, and because of that, that Loop is one of the main draws. You got lots of walking trails nearby, Fort Lowell Park. There is the Tucson Botanical Gardens as well, that's nearby, and Trader Joe's, Whole Foods is right around the corner, about 1 mile to 2 miles away as well. So you've got the Santa Catalina Mountains there in the distance, and these lots range in size from the smallest lot being the lot that was behind me. I'm turning around. So this home is situated on the smallest lot, The lots go up to about 10,000, 11,000 square feet. This one here is a little under 6,000 square feet. So it's one of the smaller lots, still functional, but if you're looking for a little bit more yard space, patio space, all of that in between, then they have some great options for you to consider as well. These homes are pre-designed and pre-spec'd out. Well, they're pre-designed, the floor plans. The specs are generally picked out, but the cool thing is that this offers you a unique opportunity to work with the builder and the design team and architect team at Rob Paulus Architects to put the finishing touches, make some minor modifications, and really kind of make it your own. Take what they've built, the 90–95% of it that will be very functional for you, and then add that 5 to 10% that's really gonna make it feel like home for you. The square footages range from about 2,400 square feet up to almost 3,200 square feet. They have 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom floor plans, 2-car garage. Some of them even have a guest suite, guest house option for, you know, multi-generational living, in-laws, whatever the situation may call for. Having a guest house is highly, highly functional. It just adds a lot more functionality in the household today. You know, we have a guest house, my wife and I, and we used to rent it out, and now all of a sudden it serves, as our family has grown, it's served as my office and a spare bedroom for when we have my in-laws come and stay with us. And so it serves a great purpose there. It's very convenient, and it just opens up more flexibility and functionality in the house. So today, right now, we are taking a look at the different lots, and you'll be able to see how this whole subdivision is oriented. It's gonna be a very tight-knit little subdivision. So you've got 2 lots over there. I'm standing on one of the larger lots here on this corner. And you have 2 lots there as well. And then you've got the model home right there as well. Now, I think one of the biggest questions that this community that we'll answer in this video is, if you are looking for a luxury home in Southern Arizona and you're considering Tucson, the go-to areas are gonna be Catalina Foothills, Oro Valley, and Dove Mountain. We work with a lot of clientele and in the luxury market, and a lot of them are fixated there. But there is something to be said about the walkability of a lot of those places. Very nice, beautiful. Trust me, I spend a lot of time in all of those 3 places and locations, and there is a lot to like about those locations. But for the buyers that are looking for something a little bit more convenient, they want a good mix and blend of city conveniences, vibrant, alive, you know, lots of things to do and activities and things to check out, but they don't want to be right in the hustle bustle of the city. I think this is a very interesting location to consider. I would say that all I can say from my perspective of living in Tucson and living all around Tucson, that this would be a location that I would be very excited to live in. If I was in the market for one of these houses and looking at something this size and considering one of the top 3 luxury destinations, I think this would absolutely be something that for me and my wife, who like to get out and walk, we like to be able to walk to a restaurant, go grab a glass of wine, you know, just be a little bit more convenient to so much of what the city has to offer versus Catalina Foothills, Dove Mountain, or really those 2 areas are probably a little bit more gridlocked in terms of what is available. Dove Mountain probably at the top of the list in terms of limited amenities. I would say Catalina Foothills second, and then probably the majority of the amenities would probably be in Oro Valley. So, you know, just giving you some additional information in your luxury search. And I think this has a great blend of kind of opening it up to being even more convenient. Hey, as a reminder, for those of you that don't know, I have been a real estate professional here locally for over 15 years. In fact, My dad's family's been in Tucson for over 150 years. So to say I'm a local is probably an understatement. And if you're looking for someone to help give you some local guidance, some local expertise, someone who has a very unique background in valuation in the Tucson market, I've helped over 2,000 people buy or sell a home. And you can grab all my contact information here on screen or in the description below. Let me be a resource for you as you navigate whatever real estate decisions are in front of you in the near or distant future, and would love to stay connected. So welcome to the Sevilla floor plan. This is serving currently as our model home. This is the very first of the 6 floor plans that they've built in this community, Terraza Moderna. And they've done some really, really cool things in this floor plan, and honestly in the design of all of these floor plans, in collaboration with the architect firm, award-winning architect firm, Rob Paulus Architects. Very modern, it's gonna be very light, bright, and as we'll talk about, the location of this particular subdivision is unique because you have easy access to all of the amenities in the Catalina Foothills, but you also have easy access to all of the conveniences located within central Tucson. So let me turn you around here. As we're walking through this great room, there is quite a bit of space. As you walk in, you walk into this kind of foyer area off of the kitchen that's right behind me. You've got this massive, massive island, probably 15 feet, somewhere around there, 12 to 15 feet. Ample sized countertop space. You'll notice something that's kind of interesting. There is not a cooktop yet, but there will be. So there is some items that are still left for the builder to pick, and I'll point those out, one of which is whether you want gas or induction cooktop so that they can install that. They have Bosch appliances throughout. Lots of buyers really appreciate that level of appliance, which is nice. You've got the whole kitchen is outfitted with Bosch appliances. You have under cabinet lighting. It's got this nice backsplash that also accents just kind of really, let's say, nice calming tones. You've got this white quartz and kind of a really light gray. It does have a pattern in it, and it looks like even a texture, so it is actually textured too, if you can see that in the video. Kind of a smooth texture, and then some lines and some checkers. But if you're a fan of natural light, then these floor plans are really gonna be ideal. Stay tuned, because as we tour the bedrooms, I'm gonna show you kind of some of the design features of this layout that really make it unique, bring in a lot of natural light. And as I'm gonna mention several times throughout this video, these homes were really built with an emphasis on indoor-outdoor space. So yes, even in the summer months, we want to, if we're not enjoying the outdoors as much as we would say right now when it's beautiful outside, they've worked really hard with placing floor-to-ceiling windows and some interesting patio spaces to bring a lot of natural light in and give you a lot of view of some of the outdoor landscaping that can be easily visible from inside the house. So very, very cool features. This home is about 2,645 square feet per the builder. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, split bedroom floor plan. We've got 10-foot ceilings throughout, 8-foot doors, including 8-foot sliders. This is an entertainer's paradise. Open this up. Right now we have highs in the high 70s, and this is a perfect time to entertain. So, if you're in town part of the year or you're here full time, to be able to have an outdoor patio space right off of your main living area and to be able to enjoy indoor, outdoor, where you're walk right out of your living room into this beautiful covered, I'll show you that a little bit later, but they really have worked hard to kind of utilize this indoor outdoor space. And I'll turn the camera around so you can kind of see what this view looks like. So as you can see, you've got some nice natural styled vegetation, some natural landscaping in there, but this room is large. You'd easily be able to kind of fit your living area here. I wish this house was staged. It would really kind of help with the eyes a little bit, but they do have it oriented. If you look up at the roof, you can see a pre-wire for a dining room chandelier fixture. So this would be your dining room, probably a rectangular style table. Living room here, you could put the wall, you could orient the TV focal point on either wall, and it's right off of this kitchen. So like I said, this is really an entertainer's dream. Big island, you know, probably 5 or 6 stools, very comfortably there. This is where everybody congregates, in this main room. So they've done a great job with a lot of natural lights, and the kitchen is well appointed. Now you do have the garage here. I'll show you that real quick. Nothing too fancy in there, but it is nice to know that you've got a finished garage, epoxy floors. This is a representation of what they're doing here with all of the builds that they're going to be building. Small utility closet there. You do have a little bit of an oversized garage as well, so you have room for storage, bikes, because this house is located in an area that is very walkable. The old Fort Lowell area, you know, kind of an iconic area in Tucson. This is really located next to 3 of the major hospitals. So if you're in the medical field, it could be an amazing location because of that. You save a lot of commute time if you were to consider this versus the Catalina Foothills. This is going to be a lot more centrally located, but yet not in the city. We live in Sam Hughes right now, my wife and my family. It's beautiful. Sam Hughes is one of the most historic neighborhoods you can find in central Tucson. And with anywhere living in the city, you get city stuff. You know, you're going to get the helicopters, you're going to get the ambulances, you're going to get the road noise, the loud motorcycles, the loud vehicles, people racing up and down Speedway. Here, because you're on Glen, you're not really in the middle of the city. I mean, it is a central location. You get all of the amenities of being centrally located, but you're not really in the hustle bustle of the city, which is nice. You know, just standing here, this is a weekday at 10 a.m. There would be plenty of traffic if I go to my house. I'm just leaving my house to come over here. There was plenty of traffic, and it's relatively quiet. There's one car occasionally that goes by on Glen. So location-wise, it's unique. It's a unique proposition for a luxury property like this based on its location. And 2,645 square feet, super functional. I love this space a lot. And yeah, I mean, this is right up my alley. This is right up my alley. So I'm gonna turn you around here and we'll take a peek down the hallway. So this is where your bedrooms are gonna be. You've got your primary suite here, and then you have your 2 guest suites over here. And as you can see, as we walk down this hallway, just to kind of show you, they've incorporated this glass wherever they can, just to bring in some natural lights, help incorporate some of the natural vegetation or just some vegetation. And so I really like that they did that. And I think it makes the feel of this house very open, very inviting. So let's take a look at this primary suite here. So as we walk in, you've got these nice stained and sealed concrete floors throughout. We actually have something similar in the house that we live in right now, and we love them. They're super low maintenance because of the color and the kind of impression that they put on it. It does hide quite a bit as well. So, you're not constantly having to go around, worry about the floors looking immaculate, because it's kind of an industrial type of look, but they have darkened it up so it does have a little bit of warmth with it as well. So this would be a look at the walk-in closet, the primary walk-in closet. It's not huge. It's not huge for 2,650 square feet. This is ample size. I would say, if I'm being honest, it's probably slightly smaller than some of the other homes that I have seen, but not significantly. One of the things to note is that these closets, the builder is willing to do some standard builder grade built-ins, or we could negotiate a credit, which is what most of our clients in this situation would do, is negotiate. We would work with the builder, with the buyer, with the seller, excuse me, to negotiate a credit for some sort of built-in. So you can really kind of customize this. And this is one of your options for this particular home, to be able to option this how you wanted to, and we would negotiate that with the builder. So again, another opportunity, kind of that tall glass starting at the floor there, really brings in a lot of natural light, makes it feel very open. Coat closet in here. They haven't done the built-in yet. Again, if you were going to do something a little bit more trick, then they've left that as kind of a blank slate. Here is a look at the primary bathroom, and a nice kind of vessel sink. For those of you that are a fan of the tub, this is a cool option here. So you've got a great tub, great soaking tub there, again with a very tall vertical window, and you do have this shower. Now, another thing that they have left is that there's two options here. They could do a piece of glass where you just step in, or they could do a door here. So they've kind of left that up to the buyer's preference. Again, a lot of that is negotiable. The glass is included. The door could be something that could be negotiated. Certainly, we've worked those deals out with builders before. So, but they've left this as kind of some of the final touches, just for functionality, for the buyer to determine what they would prefer. Toto fixtures throughout, definitely wanted to note that. So all of the toilets are Toto. I believe we've got Delta here, if you're curious. We got Delta appliance, or Delta fixtures in the shower and in the primary tub, if you can see that. Yep. Nice feeling bathroom. 10-foot ceilings in here as well, so very tall. Even though this is not a huge bathroom, it is nicely sized. It is oriented nice, and I think the high ceilings make it feel like it is ample for sure. You do have a slider, 8-foot slider off of the door, or off of the primary bedroom here. So to that main entry courtyard that we came in through. There's a look at the mountain view. Santa Catalina Mountains are immense when you look out this window. And so, if you're gonna put your bed on the wall back here, I mean, you're gonna be, waking up to that view, essentially. I don't know if you can see that, but be waking up to a view of those beautiful Santa Catalina Mountains, and man, are they positioned just perfectly for this house. So very, very cool view. As you can get a look at the exterior kind of steel architecture and awning that's put over this outdoor space. Let's continue on to the guest bedrooms. So as we continue forward, one thing that I wanted to mention is that they have 6 floor plans here, 6 different lots. This is really kind of a bespoke community. There's only gonna be 6 neighbors in this private community. It's gated, and this is the only one that's currently built. All the other ones, they are waiting for the buyers to start the process, because what their hopes are is to have the buyer collaborate with the architect team at Rob Hollis, which is a renowned architect firm here in Southern Arizona. I've toured quite a bit of their high-end luxury properties, They even have several subdivisions that aren't really high end, but more, I'd say $400,000 to $600,000 range. And the styles are very modern, clean, simple, bright. So I think that that's a cool opportunity to be able to put some final touches on your floor plan that you choose, and just be able to have a little bit more say in the final design and making some final tweaks. So here's a look at one of the guest bedrooms, and it's a good sized room, very good sized room. Easily, again, you can fit a queen size bed in here, 10-foot ceilings throughout. You do have a walk-in closet here. So every bedroom has its own walk-in closet, ensuite bathroom. 8-foot doors are really nice. And you do have this patio door that leads to this kind of private little patio. It's kind of interesting. They've made these like concrete, these concrete stepping stones. I don't know if you're gonna like walk across and visit your neighbor, but you do have this little patio, really just intended to bring in more natural light, kind of continue that ambiance, bringing indoor and outdoor space together. I think they've done a really good job of that. So here is a look at one of the guest bathrooms. Floor to ceiling. This is kind of a white, so they've done a cool contrast here. This is kind of a matte finish white tile, and then this is kind of like a really glossy, almost a metallic white. So I don't know if that's picking up in this video or not, but in person it looks really clean, really bright. It's very obvious the gloss versus the matte, so I think that looks really good. Again, you have a Toto toilet. You get a Toto sink, Delta fixtures. So well appointed bathroom. So now we'll take a peek back down the hallway. You do have this kind of cut in here. I mean, could be a great area to display some art. We've got a couple clients that are very big on the Gem and Mineral Show here in town. Several of them have a gem collection, and having a space to display that, or you could put some piece of furniture in here and display something else. So kind of a cool area to add something interesting into the hallway. It does have lighting above it as well. So here's your half bathroom for the guests. Now there isn't a mirror, but they will replace the mirror here, so that this is going to have a mirror backlit, just like the other mirrors that we've seen. So look at the Toto commode. Cool vessel sink though, huh? Let me know in the comments if you guys like this vessel sink. Very unique. Very unique. It's like just one big piece of stone. That's what it looks like. So there's a look at your half bathroom. You have your laundry room on the other side of the hallway here with a utility sink. Washer dryer isn't included from the builder. Again, everything is negotiable, but it's not something that they're offering currently. Got a decent sized little laundry room in there, and then this will take us to the guest, the second guest bedroom. So we've got to look at the closet in there. So you can see actually a Saguaro right through the window there. Same thing, so bringing in lots of natural light, lots of glass. A little bit different tile work in here. So they went more of kind of like a geometric shape here. So this is the same kind of matte finished white tile, and then this really high gloss kind of geometric triangle tile there. Cool, very cool. I appreciate this style. Again, it's clean. I like the whites. I feel like the whites are very timeless. This is This is a nice kind of timeless wood finish as well. And I do like the black hardware on the doors, kind of black accents with the windows. This is very much a style that I see a lot of our luxury clientele really appreciate. It's definitely the style that my wife and I appreciate too. When we designed and built our little custom home in 2021, we went with very similar. We got the concrete floors, the white walls, the black hardware. We didn't end up doing the wood finished cabinets, but still, I think it looks great. I think it looks great. So as you can see, this house is perfectly appointed to accommodate really anyone who has an idea of entertaining, wants open space, you know, functional 3-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom, and it's in an area that is unique, very unique. It's a very unique proposition to what type of conveniences this location offers versus, you know, a luxury home in some of the other competing luxury market areas like the Catalina Foothills, Oro Valley, Dove Mountain. Those are kind of the top 3 that our luxury clientele consider. So if you're not as familiar with Tucson and you're probably looking for a luxury home, you're hearing a lot about Catalina Foothills. You're hearing a lot about Oro Valley. You're probably hearing about Dove Mountain as well. This location is absolutely one that I think is one that you should consider. We have sent this to a number of our buyers, our luxury buyers, that we're looking for something modern, something close to amenities. And I think something that's very unique about this property in the luxury market that you're not really gonna find as much with Dove Mountain, Oro Valley, or Catalina Foothills is its walkability. Because of where this is located, it is going to be a lot more walkable to some different restaurants, to some different bars, some different pubs. So you've got more options here if you wanted to take off on a bike ride, take off on a walk. Now that we've gotten a good look at the interior of this home, this is the main patio. It's also the main outdoor living space that they've kind of designed these homes around. And this also functions as the main entryway and your front door as we come in. That was the front door that we started at. But these patio spaces are huge. And I mean, they've done a really cool job with some steel I-beams and some nice like pine finished wood on the exterior here. You can see above me. It does quite a cool accent with the dark steel, the light wood. You've got this kind of a plaster texture on the exterior, smooth plaster texture. So very, very cool kind of finishes and just different textures on the exterior. And man, that is high. It's probably 12 feet, I would say, maybe 12 or 13 high. So gives you a great view. If you're sat down here, that's probably about seating level. So you can see that you're gonna have some pretty incredible views of the Santa Catalina Mountains. Nice minimal landscaping. So if you are planning on being here only part of the year, this is an ideal setup where you don't have a whole lot of maintenance that you're having to worry about. The other thing that if you're from Tucson or Southern Arizona in the desert, you probably already understand this, but in terms of property maintenance, we have got to be one of the lowest property maintenance areas or environments to be in. We do have some things that you definitely want to maintain in terms of like termites. Subterranean termites is definitely something that we have. Every home has subterranean termites underneath it. It's just a matter of what are you doing to mitigate it. So that's pretty easy once you know how to mitigate that. But plant life, you know, exterior maintenance, very, very low maintenance. So if this is gonna be a part-time home for you, the point that I'm making is the desert is a great climate for low maintenance. And if you're going to be gone for 3, 6 months, a year, maybe more, that you can know that your home, your second home, is going to be safe while you're away enjoying a different type of climate. As a reminder, if you're moving today or a year from today, make sure you grab my contact information so we can stay connected. I can be your local expert in the Tucson market using my 15+ years of appraisal experience, as well as helping lots of buyers and sellers do that process as well. So grab my contact information, it's in the description. We'll put it on screen here as well. Hit that thumbs up button on this video to help myself and our channel out. Helps us know and understand what we're doing, if it's valuable to you as a viewer. And thank you so much for watching. Until next time, we hope to see you around the neighborhood.